Well, last show we had an audio opening for memorabilia. We're doing it again this time. Last time we paid tribute to the late, great Nancy B. Heffley. This time we're paying tribute to the man who was part of our trivia question last show, Bob Mitchell, the first organist of Dodger Stadium. He was the organ player there from 1962 to 1966 when the Dodgers and Angels were both there. And he was there a good long time. We'll talk about more about him later. We just thought we'd open the show with Take Me Out to the Ball Game by Bob Mitchell. So we'll hear a little bit more of it, and then we'll start the show. Here's to you, Bob, wherever you are. All right, we'll get back into him a little bit later. Let's start the show and get it all going. We got a lot to talk about today.
Play ball. It's time for Dodger Baseball.
Yeah. Hey, today's the 3rd of April. Happy April, by the way. 3rd of April, 2025. And our Dodgers, don't look now, 8-0. Yeah, I like it. Dodgers remain undefeated by sweeping the Bravos at Dodger Stadium this week. In Game 1, Tyler Glasnow went 5 innings, had 8 strikeouts, 3 walks, 2 hits, no earned runs, I like that, 79 pitches, including he struck out the side in the 3rd inning like that fast. Pretty good outing. Home runs in that game were by Teo and Kike, the Hernandez brothers. Let's hear them right now. Teo went deep in the 1st inning.
Swats this ball in the air to center. Harris going back. Goodbye! Career high 33 of them last year. His 2nd this season. 2-0 LA.
Yeah, let's get excited, Joe Davis. And a little later on in that game, Kike Hernandez in the 6th inning. Check it out.
Kike Hernandez will be the first batter in the bottom of the 6th. The Dodgers leading 5-0 in this series opener. Kike with a laser to left field. He drops the hammer and then drops the bat. Solo home run, Kike Hernandez. His 2nd home run of the season. And it was no cheapie. 412 feet, make it 6-0 LA.
Yeah, and it ended up 6-1. That was amazing. Get excited there, Steven Nelson. He was cool, too. In Game 2, we all witnessed the return of Dustin May, and I got to tell you, if you weren't watching or you didn't see it or you weren't there, I mean, he looked about as good as you could get and filthy as ever. Just amazing. His Frisbees were more dramatic than even Blake Trinan's. I mean, that's how impressed I was. If you can imagine that, you had to see it. His changeups were dropping off the table like that. It was just unbelievable stuff. And his Frisbees were moving from side to side like a real wiffle ball. Just the guy is just he's got it all back. He's got it all going on. A little rusty, but he was really good. His line looked like this: 5 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks, 1 earned run, 1 hit in 81 pitches. I'll take that anytime from a guy that's been off for a couple of years. Come on. Yeah. And also in that game, Mookie hit one out. So let's hear that right now.
Mookie Betts steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1, hit by a pitch. Tying run aboard here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Fly ball, deep left field. De La Cruz sprinting back. It's gone! Mookie Betts gives the Dodgers the lead. He got that down and in breaking ball. Launched it over the wall for his 3rd go-ahead home run of this homestand.
That's pretty amazing. All 3 of his home runs are go-ahead home runs. I like that stuff. Pretty cool stuff. And then in Game 3 of this series, this was even more amazing. Only this could happen in Hollywood. Snellzilla, okay? Blake Snell made an appearance. He was a bit off his game, okay? He was a tad wild. But you know what? The veteran that he is, this is what I love about baseball. You probably do too if you've been watching a while. It's how those veterans who, they always say of your best stuff maybe a quarter of the time. It's how those guys get out of a jam when they're that pro, and these guys are pro. I mean, this guy's really pro. He restored, or it looked like he was going to end up pitching 1 million pitches in 3 innings. Well, he did give up some runs, but I'll tell you what, he restored order going 4 innings, gave up 5 hits, 4 walks. Okay, it wasn't helped by errors, of course. There were a couple of errors. 2 strikeouts, no earned runs on 80 pitches. I mean, that's no earned runs on 80 pitches. That's limiting the damage. 3 home runs by these guys and a little something extra. Edman in the 2nd inning. Check this out.
On 1 out for Tommy Edman. who started this season in a 7-game hitting streak. Ahead 3-1. Elder deals. Edman gets the fly ball, deep center field. White going back. He's out of room, and it's gone. The Dodgers of Shohei Ohtani and Mookie Betts and Teoscar Hernandez are led by Tommy Edman with 4 home runs in the early going.
Well, he's been looking for more pop from the left-handed side. The power is his natural right-hand side, but he has changed his posture at the plate to look for a little bit more bat speed, and he has found it.
Yeah, thank you, Oral. And that's exactly right. And Tommy Edman, I mean, the guy's leading the team. 4 home runs. Unbelievable. And, of course, later on in that game, the 4th inning, Conforto did this.
1 away in the 4th inning, and here's Michael Conforto. Crushes this ball straight away center field. It is his home run. His first as a Dodger.
It is a pretty swing, no matter what swing he's using. And this one had that sound.
Conforto is just one of those guys that's he's gonna do great things, and people are gonna overlook him on the other teams. They're gonna look at the big 3 guys or 4, whoever he got, and then they're gonna forget about him. And he's gonna go crazy. And then before the game was won, somebody had to tie it up. And who was it coming out of a slump? A 2-run double, a game-tying double from Max Muncy in the 8th. Check this out.
Tying run into scoring position.
Great time for Max Muncy to bust out right here. Torpedo and all.
Muncy 2 for 24 with 11 kills.
Changed his bat.
And a frustrating start to this season. And it's hit in right center field, and Max Muncy has found it just in time. It's a game-time double.
The Braves go to the well and bring their closer in early. Max Muncy goes to the well and picks on this changeup, and yes, he threads the needle in there. Perfect to right center. Puts himself at second base as the winning run or the go-ahead run. It ties this game up.
Anyway, they went to the 9th inning, and check out how this one was won. I mean, you can't write it better than this. Here's what happened in the 9th.
5 unanswered for the Dodgers to tie this game up into the bottom of the 9th. Chance to win it in walk-off fashion and become the first defending champ in the history of baseball to start the season 8-0.
Not that I'm not rooting for Andy Pages to do something positive here, but it'd be nice walk-off. Ohtani hit one.
That would be pretty cool, wouldn't
One
it?
of those bobblehead moves.
Down on a high fastball. All right. Here's Ohtani.
Here comes Ohtani.
Well, this would be fitting if it were to end right here and everyone on their feet at Dodger Stadium.
Shohei Ohtani on his bobblehead night. Fly ball to center field. Harris is back. Ohtani, inevitable. Ladies and gentlemen, embrace this. Embrace this man. Embrace this team this season.
We are,
An
Joe.
8-0 start for the defending champs, unprecedented. Every single night, they do something that makes you say, wow!
Wow!
How much fun is this?
It's a lot of fun.
8 down, 154 to go. Dodgers 6, Braves 5.
Hey. And you know what? Yeah. And people are still predicting we're going to go 162-0. Well, not really, but we got a good start. Anyway, that was amazing. Not only a walk-off on his bobblehead night, he did the same thing last year for his only other walk-off home run in his major league career. So only 2 walk-off home runs by Ohtani, and none of them were from the Angels. It was all with the Dodgers last year and this year. You can't make this stuff up, man. Great stuff. All right, let's getting into it here. Let's do some serious stuff now. We got the injury report. Now, these were all updated just yesterday, so this is fresh news to most people here. First of all, Freddie Freeman with his ankle. I mean, come on. The guy steps into his shower wrong. Really? There might be more to that. I don't know. We haven't heard the real story, maybe. He's expected to return possibly April 4th. He's nursing it. I think it was a good move by Doc to give him a day off yesterday, and then today's the day off as they fly to Philly. So he gets 2 days off to help his ankle. But, man, I hope he's not fighting through this all year, but it looks like he might. I don't know. That's a hard thing to come back from. Right-hander Tony Gonsolin, this is interesting news. He's got some back tightness, expected to return mid to late April. He injured his back while he was lifting weights in spring training. You may remember that. And he was starting a rehab assignment with AAA Oklahoma City tonight. As a matter of fact, he's starting in Oklahoma City tonight. We're gonna talk about that in just a second. By the way, Oklahoma City has a brand new nickname. Did you know that? Yeah, they're no longer the Oklahoma City Dodgers. They're Oklahoma City Comets. And they're going to be playing tonight. Tony Gonsolin starts, so we'll have to report back on that one. Also, Evan Phillips, remember him? Torn muscle in his right rotator cuff. He's expected to return sometime in mid to late April also. And he's also set to begin a rehab assignment with Oklahoma City tonight. So he's probably there with Gonsolin, and maybe he'll mop up or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And then the final guy in our report this time, we got two more. Kyle Hurt, who got hurt. Recovering actually from Tommy John surgery. He's expected to return sometime later in the season at the earliest. But he underwent the surgery last July, so he's already resumed playing catch. And that's updated as of yesterday. So he's playing catch already. Way to go, Kyle Hurt. And he was moved to the 60-day IL to make room for somebody else we'll tell you about in just a second. Also, right-hander Michael Kopech. Remember him? He injured his right shoulder. He had a little impingement in his shoulder. Expected return possibly late April. He's resuming bullpen progression after his progress was kind of slowed midway through rehab, and that was updated a couple weeks ago. So, actually about a week ago. So he's doing better, but it's going to be a slow process. So he'll be back probably later in the month. So that was cool. The nice move I was alluding to a minute ago. Earlier in the week, the Dodgers trade pitching prospect Carlos Duran to the Athletics in exchange for Esteury Ruiz. Mr. Ruiz, who was recently designated for assignment. While the Dodgers added significant talent to their roster during the offseason, they still face some question marks at second base and center field. The initial thought was that Tommy Edman would take on an everyday role in center field, but he's primarily been playing second base in spring training. And Pages wound up securing the starting job in center, so Outman and Kim began the season in Oklahoma City. And they must have a pretty good team down there. Although the Dodgers appear content with Pages, according to the team, acquiring Ruiz bolsters their depth at the position. And check this out. Ruiz was the Athletics' regular center fielder during the 23 season. However, he only hit .254 with 24 doubles and 47 RBIs. But the kicker is he did lead the American League with 67 stolen bases in 23. And that could play pretty huge for this team in a possible playoff run. And you never know when a stolen base may come in handy. Just ask Dave Roberts, right? Anyway, despite his success on the base paths, Ruiz played in only 29 games for the A's last year, so we'll see how the Dodgers use him. If he's that speedy, I could see the guy coming in late innings when you need to pick up a run and somebody gets a base hit and runs for him. You get a pinch runner and get him from first to home and on a base hit or something. So you never know. A guy like that could be a valuable guy. Also, speaking of OKC, and I said earlier, they were rechristened the Comets on the Hill tonight. Thursday evening as the Comets open their home season. Tony Gonsolin and the Comets are so far in their short new season. They're 4-1 in this young season. So good luck to the Comets of Oklahoma City. Gonsolin's going tonight. We'll give you a report on him if we get it. All right, fun stuff. We opened the show talking about and playing some of Bob Mitchell's handiwork at Dodger Stadium in 1962. His career spanned 85 years. Tell you a little more about him. He was an organist in the Hollywood theaters in the 1920s when they're still showing silent movies. Remember, they had organ players. And he also led the famous Robert Mitchell Boys Choir, which made into a lot of movies in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. And he was organist for both the Dodgers and the Angels at Dodger Stadium when they played there from 62 to 66. And that other team that played there, the Angels, when it was called Chavez Ravine, they didn't call it Dodger Stadium when the Angels played. And so, how about we show you his return to Dodger Stadium? When he was 95 years young in 2008, Bob Mitchell came back to Dodger Stadium to play Take Me Out to the Ball Game for the 7th inning stretch. And we'll show you a video of that. We're going to post the video of that piece from 2008 when we post this show up. So by the time the show's up, we'll put that piece right beneath it. So there's some fun stuff for you right there we'll be showing you. Shout-outs. We got a lot of shout-outs today. A lot of people have been watching Let's Talk Dodgers, so tell all your friends to be cool and watch Let's Talk Dodgers, the best, first, and only video podcast by fans, for fans of your Los Angeles Dodgers. Today we have shout-outs to these people who chimed in on our Facebook page. I think some of them are newbies, I'm not sure. Rodrigo M., Bobby M., D. Raiderette. We got a Raiderette. Kevin K., Jorge Q., Frank A., Beverly F., Rosalie B., Joaquin B., Jose T., Aaron G., Bob C., Pamela P., Roger E., and you and me and Fox Jabri, who is Fox Cali, because he is El Zorro. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Dodgers. Tell all your Dodger-loving friends we're here to watch for free anytime you want. Like us on Facebook and hit the subscribe button on YouTube. And always, 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 we're always here talking Dodgers. And go blue. And we always have a charge going. And how about a charge from Bob Mitchell? Yeah. 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 All right. Okay, thank you, Bob Mitchell. Also, if you have fan mail, toss it in the Facebook page right here or write to me at letstalkdodgers@gmail.com. That's letstalkdodgers@gmail.com. This date in Dodger history. Good one here. April 3rd, 1968. For some of you oldies like me, you'll love this one. How many of you remember this one? Back on this date in 1968, the Detroit Tigers traded a left-hander named Hank Aguirre. Do you guys remember Hank Aguirre? I do. Anyway, they traded the Dodgers from minor leaguer Fred Mulder. Nobody remembers that guy. He was a player renamed later. The all-star southpaw Aguirre, better known for being the worst hitter in Major League history, will compile an 85 batting average, an 0.85 batting average during his 16-year Major League career. Well, he wouldn't have to worry about it today because pitchers don't hit anymore. But he struck out an astounding 236 times in 388 bats. That's 61% of the time. But his pitching was pretty good. He was 75 and 72 with a 3.25 ERA in 16 seasons with Cleveland, Detroit, Los Angeles Dodgers, and the Cubs. He spent 10 years with Detroit. That's where he was mostly known for. By the way, in that 1 year with the Dodgers in 68, Aguirre went 1-2 in 25 games, and he didn't start any, so he was just a mop-up guy. His best year, though, in the majors was 16-8 in 1962 with the Tigers. And I did see him and took a picture of him on the field at Camera Day in 1968. And just for the record, he wore that famous number that we see every night now. He wore number 17. So when you think of Shohei wearing 17, when I go back to my tween age self, I was just a tweener then, I remember number 17 being worn by Hank Aguirre. And it was on this date in Dodger history that the Dodgers traded for him from the Tigers. That's pretty cool. I remember Hank Aguirre. I still got a picture. All right, let's do some stats of the day. Boy, do we have stats. We're not gonna overstat you, but we got some fun ones. All right, we all know that when we started this last series, the Braves started their season 0-5, right? Well, only 3 teams have started a season 0-6 and made it to the playoffs. The 2011 Rays, the 95 Reds, and the 74 Pirates. No team has started 0-7 and gotten to October. Well, now the Braves are 0-7. Sorry about that, Braves. But could they make it? Well, it's possible. We'll have to see if they make some history this year. The 2024 Mets also started the season 0-5, and in Game 6 they were no hit for 7 innings before eking out a walk-off win, thus officially beginning their unlikely march to the NLCS in 24. The 2025 Dodgers and the 1933 Yankees were the only defending champs to begin the season 7-0, according to Elias Sports Bureau. Now the Dodgers have it all themselves. They went 8-0. They own that stat by themselves, and that's pretty darn cool. Now, with the Padres and Dodgers, this is the 5th season where multiple teams have started 7-0 or better. It happened in 2003 with the Royals going 9-0 and the Giants 7-0. Before that was 1982 with the Braves 13-0 and the White Sox 8-0. The 62 Pirates went 10-0 and the Cardinals were 7-0. But this year, this is the first time ever that 2 teams in the same division have both started at least 7-0 or better since divisional play began in 1969. There's a stat for you. That means something. That means something now. That also means we've never seen a division start this way, but we also have more playoff spots than ever, which hopefully means a deserving team won't miss out, we hope, this year. Because, not last year, but in ensuing years, you know as well as I do, you didn't always see the best teams in the playoffs. So we got a good shot at, if we have to meet the Padres somewhere, at least they had a pretty good team so far this year. But right now, that 7-0 start is the best in Padres franchise history. So all you San Diego guys, tell your San Diego friends. All right, we got some Jack-in-the-Box news here. As we mentioned last time, continuing with the way it changed up last season from 10 to 7 Ks in 2025. Again, anytime the Dodger pitching staff records 7 strikeouts or more in a game, we get free Jumbo Jacks the next day with a large drink. Now, if you recall, the Dodgers opened the season in Tokyo in Japan, and on the first series, the Dodgers hurled 9 strikeouts. Then they turned around the next day and did 12. Now, last night on the broadcast, Joe Davis and Orel were trying to remember when they came home against Detroit, did they get that first win? Did they get that one at home with more than 7 strikeouts? And Joe said, no, he didn't think so. It was an ESPN game. He didn't remember. Well, guess what? We got it for you right here. Because that day, they did it again with 16, 13, 14, 10, and 8 respectively, meaning that every single game this season so far, all 8 wins, 8-0, 8 wins, they've done 7 strikeouts or more. That's 100% of the time so far. So far in 8 games, they have 91 strikeouts in 8 games. Wow. And here's a side note for you. That's 11 plus Ks per game. Unreal. My stat of the day is this. On last night's telecast, I just mentioned that. This past season, they had a total of 7 or more Ks 118 times in 162 games they played. That's good for 72.8% of the year. That's the kind of pitching talent we have now. We had to blow that record away, right? I think so. Anyway, my stat of the day is that was it. The Jack in the Box stat of the day. So we have 91 Ks. Now you might be wondering to yourself, okay, we got our 7 Ks every game this year so far. But if we got 91 strikeouts, how are we doing? Are we leading the league? Are we leading the majors? What's going on? Here are your top 5 teams right now in staff strikeouts. At number 5 are the Phillies. They got 65. We're going to see them tomorrow. In number 4 place, the Astros. They got 66. The Rangers have 68 strikeouts, and the Padres have 69. They're number 2. Who's number 1? 91? The Dodgers. I mean, come on, what a disparity between first and second place in strikeouts so far. We got 91, and the Pods got 69. That's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. We're going to see some great things this year. I wouldn't be surprised if we strike out 7 or more like 90% of the time. It could happen with the 10-man rotation we're going to have and the 47 guys in the bullpen. And that's my rant for the day. Okay, quick hit trivia. I made this one up myself. We've been talking all week about this kind of stuff. This is kind of neat. This is the best start for a Dodger team since the 1981 crew. We know that, right? Well, by now you also know that the 1955 Dodgers were one of those teams which began their season 10-0 on their way to the World's Championship, right? Everybody that's a Dodger fan knows that. 1955 team went 10-0. Okay, maybe we got a shot at that too. You never know. But what I want to know from you, and this is just a guess thing for you, and I'm going to tell you the answer in a minute. It's a weird question came to mind. Okay, they lost their 11th game, obviously, because they only went 10-0. They didn't go 11-0. But how close were they to winning that 11th game? Was it a blowout, or was it a close-scoring game, or what was it? I'll give you the answer in just a few minutes. Stay tuned. All right, those of you who are worried about the next game that the Dodgers play in Philadelphia, first of all, it's going to be a 3:45 West Coast time start in the East, okay? That means it's 6:45 in the East. Well, it's on Apple TV+. Raise your hand if you got Apple TV+. Yeah, I don't either. But don't worry, because even with Apple TV+, there's 5 ways to watch the game for free. Shh. You didn't hear me say that. Okay, there are 5 ways to watch Dodger games online. The first is an overseas betting site from Iran called the MLB66.ir. Now it's called MLB24ALL.ir. Okay, that's a hard one to get past you. Nobody wants to go onto an IR website unless you have really good malware. Okay. Second one is cool. It's also free. It's a company called MLB Streams. You'll find it at this URL address, www.mlbwebcast.com. That's a great one. Another great one is one called Blue Live Stream, and it was called Blue Live Stream last year. It's in Facebook only, and it's now gone and changed its name to BLS. It stands for Blue Live Stream, but it's BLS. No BS, it's BLS. And you have to be invited to get into that page in Facebook, so hit me up if you want to, and I'll friend you, and we'll throw you in there. The fourth way is an app called Dofu, D-O-F-U. It's free, and not only can you watch it on your phone, but you can bounce it or mirror it over to your smart TV. You can check them for details. The other one is an app I'm told is similar. My friend Aaron, hey, shout out to Aaron. I'm told it's similar, but it's a little easier to use. According to Aaron, it's called Dorato, D-O-R-A-T-O Sport, Dorato Sport app. You can do the same thing. You put it on your phone and you flash it over to your TV set. I'm in. I gotta check that out. All right, let's get you out of the ballpark. Before we're just ahead of the answer of the trivia question. Let's get you out of the ballpark. Friday, tomorrow, April 4th. That's going to be tomorrow, right? Yeah. Yoshi Yamamoto, he's 1-0 with a 2.70 ERA. He's going against Jesus Luzardo. He's 1-0 with a 3.60 for the Fightin' Phils. It's a 3:45 p.m. Pacific time start on Apple TV only, but you know the secret ways to watch. Saturday is the 5th, right? Yeah, I got these dates wrong. Saturday's the 5th. It's going to be Roki Sasaki. He's 0-0 with a 5.79 ERA. We'll get that down a little bit. Aaron Nola is going for the Phils. He's 0-1 with an 8.44 ERA. So both guys have inflated ERAs on their first start. It's a 1:05 p.m. start on the West Coast, 4 o'clock start on the East Coast. It's on Sportsnet LA and Cheryl Alert. It's also on Fox Sports 1 on Saturday. All right, 1 o'clock Pacific time. And I don't know about that game. It's got 50% rain showing right now in Philadelphia for that game. I hope we can get that one in. But it's supposed to be a 1:05 start. So 4 o'clock on the East Coast. I hope it's not raining. All right. And in Game 3, which is on the 6th of April, which is Sunday, that's brunch or breakfast with the Dodgers. It's a 10:45 start. 10:35 in the morning. Got it? 1:35 Eastern, 10:35. Okay, 10, 11, 12, 1. That's right. 10:35 Pacific time. It's going to be Tyler Glasnow. He's 0-0 with an OERA because remember he gave up no runs. Against Christopher Sanchez, he's 0-0 with a 1.69 ERA. 10:35 start on SNLA. All games on the flagship radio station AM 570 LA Sports KLAC. In the Ventura County area, all fans can hear it on 106.3 FM, K-Tide, KTYD, and of course KTNQ, La Super Q. They still call it that? AM 1020, the Spanish broadcast all the time with Pepe Yiniguez and all those guys. So we'll see what happens over there. All right, go Dodgers. We're going to beat the Phils. Well, the Phils are in first place. They're 4-1, but they're in first place. Shout out to my buddy Ed, who's a big Phillies fan in the Philly area. Actually in Warminster, Pennsylvania. You can hear. Wait, are you back on the radio yet, Ed? I have to ask him. Electron Ed. He does the shows on one of the stations back there, WRDV in the Delaware Valley. Look them up online. They play a lot of great doo-wop on the weekends. In fact, if you don't know where they are, go to our rockinradio.com website and look on the links page, and you'll see WRDV. They play jazz and stuff during the week, but they play a lot of R&B and doo-wop and oldies on the weekend. All right, let's give you the answer to that quick hit trivia question we posed a couple of minutes ago. We told you that the 1955 Brooklyn Dodgers were a team that began their season 10-0 on their way to the World Championship. But just how close of a game did they lose in that 11th game? Was it close or what? Well, the answer is, anybody know? Okay, I know Mark Langell. I see you raising your hand. It was very close. It was very close. In Game 11 that year, Brooklyn was up 3-0 until the 7th inning when the dreaded New York Giants came to bat, scoring in the top of the 8th. They got 5 runs in the top of the 8th. The Blue came right back with 1 in the bottom of the inning, and that's where it stayed. The Giants won that game 5-4. And in that game, Campanella hit a 2-run job in the second inning to get him on the board, and the Dodgers out-hit the Giants 10-9, but they lost the game 5-4. Boo! That's how close it was for the Dodgers to have won Game 11 that year. But no matter, because the Dodgers ended up winning. Are you ready? After they went 10-0, they lost one, won another one, lost another one, and went on to win another 10. So they were 20 out of their first 22 games. They won 20 out of the first 22 games. Wow. And they won the NL flag by 13.5 games over the Milwaukee Braves. Wait, it gets better. The best part, and you know the rest is history. In 1955, they got their first ring as they beat the New York Yankees in the World Series. All right. Anyway, that's the trivia question for today. All right, other cool stuff. Don't forget I tend to leave some pretty cool stuff and some Dodger content on the team and our Facebook page from time to time. Like today, I'm going to leave about a 15-minute deal they did in 2008 when Bob Mitchell, the year before he died, he was 95, went back to Dodger Stadium and played on the Dodger Stadium organ once again. Very cool. Nancy B. Heffley's in that video. Vin Scully's in that video. You'll love it. I'll post it right under this show. Anyway, thanks for watching Let's Talk Dodgers. Hit me up at letstalkdodgers@gmail.com. We're always around to talk some Dodgers. Always love talking to everybody about Dodgers. And thank you for watching from me to you, and hope you enjoyed the show. We'll see you next time after this series. Go Dodgers. Beat the fightin' Phils. You got that? Yeah, do it. Let's see it. Let's go 10. Let's go 11-0. Let's break Brooklyn's record. See you, everybody. Thanks for watching.
For Dodger baseball.
Bye.